yeah, for
Like,
sure.
I don't want any more delays.
Oh my god, it'll be kind of sad if someone dies.
Yeah.
No, it absolutely would. But like, I'm looking at the bigger humanity picture, right?
Yeah.
It'd be terrible if someone died. I'm not saying that, but I was saying like the whole like picture of like humanity being stalled because someone died. It's a terrible thing, obviously.
I don't think it'd slow Starship down that much, though. It will for sure slow down commercial
It would
crew.
slow down the government from doing certain tasks, but it wouldn't slow down private sector. I agree with you. The private sector will keep on going, and it wouldn't affect them, but it would affect the government because they need to worry about PR and all this other stuff.
And senators.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. Oh my god, it's taken forever.
Still got 20 minutes to go, Cal.
I want to see.
This is a pre-party. We're pre-drinking.
So let me ask you guys a question. You know how like when Columbus went on the side of the, when they went to the moon, they had a space shuttle on the side of the vessel, right? That was going up. Is it safer this way to have the shuttle at the top, or is it not as safe?
It's safer.
Yeah.
You think it's safer?
The problem with the space shuttle was that ice could fall down from the fuel tank and crash into the wings of the space shuttle. I think that's actually how one of them blew up.
Really?
Yep. Yeah.
Interesting. So, okay, wait. So you're saying that when the space shuttle was on the side, something from the top of the craft, the ice was shattering and bounced off and hit the top of the vessel or whatever?
Yeah, that smacked it.
Yeah,
wow,
not
okay.
from the shuttle itself, but from its fuel tank. Ice would break off.
I mean, you would think that if you're a physicist and you're working for NASA, you would have figured that out. Be like, oh wait, this is going to happen if we do this.
Yeah,
but I guess they didn't.
They were very.
It's an engineering problem. Too many competing priorities and stuff.
Yeah, like they were. I think it was the Discovery shuttle. They were actually very basically ignorant to all of it, and they were very negligent. I think it had to do with an O-ring that would crack due to change of temperature, and they actually knowingly knew that thing was not safe and that it would crack under the differential pressure and change of temperature. Basically, if you grab like a piece of metal and put it in like extremely cold water, it would start to crack. So that's exactly what happened, and that's why that thing exploded and many people died. Yeah, it's the whole.
Yeah, well, the last correct me if I'm wrong. With the last man mission from the U.S. was 2011.
Yeah, I actually just watched
that correct year.
Was it 11 or 09?
I'm pretty sure it's 2011.
And was that the Discovery shuttle?
I don't remember which one exactly.
I believe it was Discovery. I could be wrong. Let me check real quick.
Yeah. Let's see. 2011 U.S. space flight.
Wait, how many big parts are there to this thing? There's the usual booster which separates and gets reused, and then there's the shuttle at the top that supposedly will also get reused. Is there any other major parts to this whole thing, or is it just two main parts?
There's a cargo trunk that gets attached to the Dragon.
There's a cargo trunk that gets detached in space.
Launch board has started. Yeah, kind of like the service module.
Is that reusable?
No, that gets burned up.
Okay.
Dragon SpaceX, unfortunately, we are not going to launch today.
What?
5.100 launch script.
Ah, what?
Wait, what?
No.
Why?
We didn't catch that.
What happened?
Weather, obviously.
The weather.
Oh, yeah. I heard there's supposed to be a thunderstorm coming.
Ah.
It was called a scrub for the day, and we got the feedback when the Dragon team informed Bob.
Well, that's shitty. We were 16 minutes and 53 seconds to launch there.
I would have expected the astronauts would have been like, throwing up their hands, but they don't seem to have noticed.
Well, they were probably told beforehand what are the chances of they're actually launching or not.
Yeah.
So they probably didn't want the public to know. It was probably a bad number.
We now proceed into what is a more
What did they say on your end, Josh, when you screen shared? What did they say in audio wise? I just said I just heard like launch code 101 or something, but they didn't say the reason.
configuration. That
Yeah,
we,
I'd have to go back to
disarm the
that.
escape system on Dragon.
Let's see.
We can go back if you want.
So
I
right
think we can
now,
go back.
we got that.
Because it's from
Here,
Cape.
here, I'm back.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's just replay that then. So we're going to, I think.
Because they're shooting from Cape Canaveral, right?
Yeah, Cape
Yeah,
Canaveral.
Cape Canaveral.
Okay, here we go.
We're not going to have the opportunity to launch.
Launch
The clock's going to run out. Stand by.
Continue to violate a couple different weather rules that we now do not expect to clear in time to allow for a launch today.
Weather rules.
Launch
It's the weather.
Because I'm looking at the weather in Cape Canaveral. Let's see here.
Launch abort has started.
Yeah, no, he totally said weather for sure.
Yeah,
Weather.
yeah. I'm looking it up right now. There's thunderstorms and strong winds this afternoon in Cape Canaveral.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, we can speculate. So what was going to happen there? They're going to go
Well,
into space
clear, I mean.
and crash.
80% chance of success.
We've heard the call from the crew. They have
Wow, that's shitty, but at least, you know, so I guess we'll do this another day then.
Yeah.
What's the
well,
next
we
launch
can-
sites? Launch day.
I don't remember. Let's see if I can find it.
Yeah, because they had several.
I think the next launch day is tomorrow. I just don't remember what time.
We did officially hold the clock. It looks like a T-minus 16 minutes, 54 seconds. The launch automatic sequence that controls the
bummer.
Falcon 9, the loading of propellants, the cycling of valves, that is also stopped. We now
There's a
proceed-
launch window. So the May 27th,
and move into
SpaceX launch windows
back off the first and second stages as things
with
get
backup opportunities. There's one on Saturday.
arm the
Saturday. Oh, yeah.
Saturday and then Sunday.
around the spacecraft. So right now we got down.
I mean,
to just
I'm glad that, you know,
17 minutes.
that someone made the call to do it because
Working very well on both Dragon
they
and
probably have a
spacecraft.
systematic no or yes, right? It's not even their decision. It's like it's a computer's decision if it's good or not. So
Yeah.
it's not even a human's decision if they go or not.
That sucks.
It looks good. Like 11 minutes ago, there's an update saying weather wasn't cooperating, and just now they scrubbed. So it's Saturday at 3:22 Eastern time.
Yeah, yeah.
What you got there, baby?
Saturday 3:22 or Sunday at 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's not gonna make me stop drinking. I'm still gonna have this beer.
Okay.
I've already
Oh,
opened
I
it.
mean, that sucks. Oh well.
And Dan,
Is that what she wanted?
we had a good webcast.
Is that what she's crying for?
So, you know, we look at it as now we had another great dry rehearsal last Saturday.
You want a
we did the
cookie?
dry one,
Here,
I should say.
have a cookie.
And today we've done a wet dress rehearsal. But sorry, we just couldn't get there, Dan.
Yeah.
Thanks, John. And obviously we can't control the weather. We came right down to the wire there, hoping we could just squeeze in between those cloud systems, get a launch today, but
Alright.
it wasn't to be. But it doesn't mean we're done. We're going to have another attempt coming up in just 3 days. So we're going to be doing this
3
all
days.
over again
Yep.
on Saturday.
Saturday.
It
Yep.
sucks that it's on Saturday. Like, fuck.
It's going to be coming at
Well, Saturday at what
3:22
time?
p.m. Eastern.
3:22.
A little
Yeah,
bit earlier.
What
today.
3:20?
Look largely
Yeah,
the same
3:22.
thing that we
Yeah.
saw today with the crew waking up, going through suit up, making their way.
Yeah,
to
it's kind of
town.
in the middle of the day, but I guess they have to do it during the day because they need visibility
But
and
still exciting. Safety is always first. So if weather was not there for us today, hopefully
they need
Saturday
to
will
do it
be
depending on the
there
weather.
for us
Whenever
to
the weather
have
says
a
it's going to
safe
be
launch
okay, I
on
guess.
Saturday.
Well, it also depends on the orbit of the space station. It has to be directly overhead.
Of violations, so weather a little
Yeah,
bit better.
yeah.
But we're still going to be kind of rolling the dice. It is Florida in the spring and summer, so storms are always a possibility.
Didn't in other news, well, I guess similar news, didn't SpaceX recently get the contract or the whatever it was to have the moon base for
Yeah,
America?
I don't know the details for that, but I
Is
believe
it the
they'll
moon
be
base or is it the moon orbiter around the moon?
the lunar base. The thing that's gonna. It's basically like the Icarus from The Martian, that spaceship that goes between the moon and Earth.
Right. Yeah. It's a reconnaissance drone.
Sure.
Yeah, do you know that China has a satellite over on the dark side of the moon? They're the first place in the world to do that. That happened like a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't a year ago. It was like a few months back, I think.
Yeah, it wasn't. I guess it wasn't a year ago. But the interesting thing that the interesting thing about that is China's becoming more powerful than America, and they're showing their space dominance. And so that's why the Space Force is now existing, is because they need to put more money into it. But there's other reasons why the Space Force is starting.
It's such a dumb name, Space Force.
they released the flag. They had a commemoration of the flag just the other like a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks just like the Star Trek symbol.
It looks like, yeah, it does, doesn't it? It really does. Space Force flag. They're coming out with a
17 minutes to go until
they're coming out with
you should look up the Star Trek flag. They pretty much this is basically plagiarism. They plagiarized the flag.
Eastern time.
There it is. Hold on. Look at the Starfleet flag.
Oh, yep. Someone did it for us already.
It's pure plagiarism.
Thanks, Trump.
Oh, come on.
Oh man, that's cancer.
I hate those things.
Don't turn off your ad blocker. Fuck.
I'm never going to.
You could just open the image.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could. You just do open image, new tab. Yeah.
Range is go, weather is go. So this is standard procedure. We always
not that one.
Have a backup.
There's numbers comparing the Starfleet with the Space Force. And
go to that one.
You guys see that these guys know more than they tell about what's going on in space? Like, I feel like there's secrets.
I feel like the guy to the right knows that aliens exist because he's the one that
for sure. Eh? Like,
look at the Cheetos face.
He helped release that video there. They helped declassify the video.
Yeah, they declassified 3 videos.
Yeah.
Which I'm all about. Oh, why'd they show just a cut of that? Anyways, whatever. We get the point. Yeah, they declassified those 3 videos, and no one's really talking about it. It's like, hey, we have these videos of these things we don't fucking know where they are, but no one's asking questions. It's okay.
And they flew very fast. Like one of them was 47,000 miles per hour.
Well, so I know the exact numbers. So the number for the fastest tracked object that they ever tracked, I think, was like 17,000 miles per hour.
But in that video, was it 17 or?
No, the ones in the video, the go fast wasn't going that fast. It was actually not really that fast. Like we have objects that go that fast, but the thing that the reason why they don't know what it is because they don't show the parts in the footage when it goes blip and just leaves.
Yeah.
you don't see that part. And the other thing too is that you have debunkers that say that the glare around the objects is just infrared, like it's just the heat source. But some people are saying the glare is actually a different type of propulsion that we know of. Like it's basically changing the physics around the object.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So
yeah, that's basically how they fly so fast. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So I think, like Andrew here on the other side of the room here, Andrew doesn't believe that there are aliens here, but I think that there's at least technology here. I don't know if they're here, but there's at least some of the robots that came and scoured the universe and be like, hey, let's investigate the universe ourselves.
What the hell?
And
Why
it could
doesn't
be the aftermath of the technology that they made in the first place?
Andrew? Why don't you believe there's aliens? What's wrong with you?
I do believe
I didn't. No, I
just
didn't.
don't
I
believe
didn't
they're
say he didn't believe in aliens. I just said he doesn't believe that they were here
I don't know.
on Earth. On Earth.
I don't know about that.
Those are two big questions, right? Most people believe that there's life elsewhere, but then there's a big leap where you're going from that to have they actually been here?
Well, how do you explain the skulls that they used to find in the ancient worlds that looked really weird? Like they were legitimate skulls. Those were actual skulls.
Sorry. The what? The what?
Like the skulls of like what
the
is
skulls.
supposedly human beings, right? Now,
Yeah, you're talking
there's
about the elongated skulls,
yeah,
right?
now there's theories that apparently, you'd put like a band or some sort of pressure thing on your head, and over time you can kind of change that. But
Sure.
I have doubts. You'd have to do it like the moment you were born out of the birth canal, because that's when a baby's head
Yeah.
is like sensitive. But even then, you'd be crushing the brain. So like
Yeah.
they were actual legitimate skulls that they would find like in ancient Egypt.
There you go, buddy.
Like the Mayans down there in South America or whatnot. Not only that, what's really interesting is you'd find like the pyramids in South America look pretty much identical to a pyramid in Egypt, right? So we're talking about
Yes.
6,000-7,000 miles.
And how did
away.
they communicate those ideas from one another back in the day?
Exactly, like 6,
How do you do
7,000
that?
miles away.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, man.
You're not gonna.
Hey, I've totally went down the same path that you have and everything you said just now. I know that there's more to the story of humans and
Oh yeah.
how it all started, and like I feel the whole problem is that I feel like the westernized world has gone fully materialistic, and we don't really understand that there may be something that we just can't see with our scientific instruments
Yeah.
that is there. Like maybe we haven't created the science for it yet, but I think that when you say that aliens haven't been here because they can't get here because the closest star is X billion miles away, they can't get here because it's so far. I think that's an ignorant statement, because you don't know what the technology is that they have. They could be traversing through the universe through some quantum mechanism that doesn't require you to travel from point A to point B. So really, I think that the idea that they could have been here, or could be here, or are here, or whatever, in some sort of state of consciousness, I think is absolutely positively, yes, they have been. Now, why they haven't made themselves more interesting to us as to why they're not showing up every day in front of the White House, I really don't have an explanation for that, other than the fact that you could look at that one movie where one of the latest Star Trek movies, and they said, oh, they don't want to disturb the lower lives of these people on the planet, so we're not going to show ourselves to them because we're just going to make them shock and die.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's too much of a gap. If we saw these light beings come down in holy light, maybe it would be too much for us, and we just go in mass craziness. Who knows?
Yeah. By the way, you're using a Mac. Ew.
Is Andrew still here?
I'm still here.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I totally got him out of the room. It's they're talking about weird fucking Egyptian shit and all that. I don't know. He's gone.
Yeah,
Kelly's using a Mac because he has to do iOS developments.
Well, yeah, I know, but ew. Damn, man, I'm upset. I can't believe it's actually canceled. Oh.
Yeah, that's kind of crappy.
Wait, are they showing anything right now? Are they taking the astronauts?
They just have this. Why are they still in the spaceship?
Oh, well, you gotta hit live. You gotta hit live.
Yeah, that's right.
Hit the live button. Let's see what they're doing.
All right, well, now I'm live.
Okay, now they're still just fiddling around in the spaceship.
They're still in there?
They're probably waiting for the propellant to be vented.
Well, I mean, haven't they vented? Oh, yeah, they're still venting it. You can tell they're still.
That's a lot. That's a lot of cylinder. It's a really.
I mean, that thing's huge. Imagine just flying in that thing and having so much force exploding behind your ass.
You want to say hi? Here, say hi. Hi.
Hola.
Her name is Jade.
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 No, no, no.
Jade.
Yeah,
What
I
are
know.
you watching, Jade?
I think Jade's upset that they're not flying as well.
Yeah, no, she definitely is. Kiss. 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 You want to give me a kiss?
How old is she now?
She's she'll be 2 in November, so she's about a year and a half old.
Okay.
Yeah, this is her last one. After this, we're fucking done.
Oh wow.
I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore.
It's
I gotta
expensive
start
too.
I gotta start going to Caribbean islands again and stuff. Okay.
Well, what you could do is you can do that thing where they snip the tubes.
Oh, I had a procedure done, and it got canceled because of COVID. Yeah, I seriously did.
I thought you were gonna have that done ages ago.
It was booked ages ago, but the actual date of the operation was like in mid-March, and then it got canceled.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Tell us if that
Now,
thing's painful.
I can't get it done until July.
Oh god.
Yeah. So that's more of an opportunity to have a third mistake kid. I don't want that to happen. I've been wearing condoms and stuff, but like, I mean, it's stupid.
Tell us if it hurts.
Well, the thing is that girls don't like condoms.
Oh, is that so?
I thought it was the other way around. They don't mind them, but we hate them.
No, it's just that they don't like that. At least the ones that I've been with, they don't like the texture or whatever.
Okay, that's fine.
The texture or whatever. I like the or whatever part.
Maybe with the ribbed ones. Ones with the ribs on them, or the
Oh yeah. Well, they have different textured ones. They have they have these like ones that have these circular ribs. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've seen that. And then there's ones that change like the heat or the coldness.
Yeah. Some alternate between hot and cold.
Yeah. Okay, Tiffany just asked me what I want her to pick up on the way home for dinner. What should I say to her? AFC.
Five Guys.
Oh, Five Guys. It's an amazing idea. I'm going to put that. Five Guys.
Five Guys.
Done.
You can't go wrong with Five Guys.
I just put it as Five Guys right here. You can see the text. That's my answer.
And not only that, it's easy to like when you ask someone, "Oh, what do you want from Five Guys?" Well, it's just one burger, the works, done.
Yeah.
You can't screw it up. It's
That's
really
so
easy.
well. Yeah. And then what they ask you, what you say? The works is everything basically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Five Guys is an amazing suggestion. How do I get all the screens of all the video screens on together? Like, is there an option to do that? To change the view?
I don't know. I see all you guys at the top, and then your screen.
I think it's because I'm sharing my screen, though. That's why I can't see anything.
You could do a thing where you swap shared screens with video. So, like, you could do that, and then you could do, I think, like.
Oh, yeah. I see that.
But
so wait,
then,
what do I do?
On the top, there's a button where it's like it looks like picture in picture, and that'll stop your screen for.
I see mute, stop video, security, participants, new share, pause share, annotate, remote control, and more.
Oh, that's probably because just stop sharing. We don't need to see the stream anymore.
All right.
Wait, let me raise my hand. Lower hand. Is it working? Raise hand.
I don't even know how to stop sharing the screen, though. That's the thing.
On the
what's the share screen on the bottom?
It says share computer sound, optimize screen share for video clip. And then what else? Like, how do I unshare this?
The thing on the bottom, it says share screen. Like if you,
yeah,
and then you click on that, I think.
Oh, I have a new MacBook Pro that just came out this year. There is a contextual button Oh no, wait! I don't want to end the thing. Hang on.
Oh, so there's a context.
Oh, I
on
saw
your...
stop share. I see stop share. I got it. There we go.
Oh
Boom, done.
shit. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've got this.
Now I switch to gallery view. Now I see all of us in equal size.
Yeah.
So I have this.
I was
I have the
looking
new
for that.
the new MacBook Pro from this year, and it has that contextual like LED, or I don't know if it's LED or whatever it is, screen at the top of the MacBook Pro, where it's like that reserved area for contextual buttons that show virtually.
Yeah.
And it's,
hate that.
I actually hate it. Like it's because like I shouldn't like it's just I forget. I accidentally hit certain things that I don't mean to hit because there's no like I think what's the point where they can have like surface material changes. It's where it's not just flat, but okay, I've got this LCD screen where I'm going to put all these buttons and stuff, but I'm going to put a little bit of a curvature around that button on the screen, and I'm going to change the actual physical properties of the screen. Until they can do that, I don't think I'm going to get like this stuff.
Nah.
And they're going to be able to do that through, well, they're already kind of doing that, but I think through a microscopic scale with nanotech, they're going to be able to make a surface feel the way you want it to feel through just the physical properties of it, but also the texture of it. So if you squeeze on it, it's going to feel like you're squishing a ball if it is a ball, like stuff like that. So I think that like in the future, you're going to get this haptic system. I don't know how it's going to work, but people are going to be able to have sex with fake women in the future. You know, like that's what's going to happen from this whole thing.
All from just an Apple MacBook.
I'm talking about other technologies. Like I did a little bit of different there.
As a result of improving an Apple MacBook, other industries have benefited.
Yeah, totally. You know how much technology came out of the Mac that other things are like it's the same thing that when the iPhone came out and they had dual touch where you can have not one but two.
Multi-touch, yeah.
Multi-touch. They got a huge court battle with Samsung because Samsung had a patent for multi-touch. So what Samsung took them to court and they won the battle.
Was it Apple that took them to court?
No. Samsung took Apple to court.
Oh shit! Okay.
And they won. Well, at least they won a portion of it. So Apple had to change the way that the multi-touch worked through another technology that Samsung already owned. So there's an interesting history there if you guys want to look it up. But there, that court battle just recently got resolved not too long, like I would say about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. And it was like a 3 or 4 year long court battle, maybe even longer. I don't know how long it was, but whenever multi-touch got introduced and then Apple took it over, that's when that's pretty much when it started.
Jeez.
It's an interesting case. There's some cases in tech where it's like, okay, that's stupid. Like, you have someone that worked at a company and another company suing them because there's certain code or behavior there that looks familiar that another company owned. And I've seen that before. And the one main case that I can think of that's important with that is when Oculus Rift.
Yes.
The guy, his name is I forget his name. He's like he was one of the guys at ID Software, and then he moved to work for Facebook for the Oculus, but he was originally working for
I heard about that.
Vive or whatever. He jumped ship.
HTC Vive, yeah.
It went from the HTC Vive to the Facebook Oculus Rift or whatever, and then John Carmack.
Yes.
He's like the legendary like guru of graphics programming and all that stuff. And the parent company of ID Software, which is Bethesda, or Bethesda and ID Software owned by a parent company. I forget what it's called, but there's a parent company that owns both of them. They took John Carmack to court because they thought that he brought over technology from the Vive to the Facebook device, and they eventually won the thing for I think it was like around $4.5 billion with a B. It was a
He was
huge.
kind of asking for it, really. Like, that's a standard non-compete breach there.
No, it was. Well, here's where they got them, right? So there was a. Okay, mommy's gonna be here soon. You want to come up? So what happened is they had people from the Vive brought technical experts in to analyze the code of Facebook's code stuff. So they actually brought two people over and they did the full analysis on the code, and they found a block of code that was exactly like the code from the other company. And they took it to the court. They said, "Okay, here we go. We're proven right." The problem with code is that, and at least this is my perspective, code comes from someone's brain. Code doesn't come from a proprietary resource. So when someone works for a certain company and writes a block of code, it can look exactly the same in another company because it's coming from the same employee's brain.
Yeah.
So that's how I look at it, and I feel like that kind of like case doesn't make sense.
Or in Andrew's case, it comes from libraries.
Yeah. Well, okay, I can understand that. If you're using a library that you're not paying money for, and it requires you to pay money, and you're using it, and they find that out, then yeah, you should totally be in trouble there for sure.
Andrew doesn't actually do work. He copy pastes and modifies it a little, and then okay, now
we
it
all
works.
do, right? I mean, I do. I've done that too. I just recently brought over a library myself that I changed the title of the person's name to my name. That's not right.
It's like, oh, it works. Okay, perfect.
There really wasn't that much code though, to be honest. It was pretty small.
Kel, you have a really skewed perspective on what it means to actually write code. If you can find the library to do your work for you, you use it.
Well,
That's not cheating. That's just doing.
I think that like, you know, this is honestly what I think. If you just look at how the future's going, right? You can get AI robots, computer AI to write code, boilerplate code for stuff that happens over and 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 over again. So like when you say, "Oh, I want to create a service that connects to a network with this address," boom, you put the address in and it creates the class for you and automatically and everything. Like I start seeing that kind of thing where it's creating stuff automatically, where it's like, oh, it's feeding through your brain or what. I mean, that's the next step, obviously, afterwards. Well, like if it could have a database, a boilerplate code of, oh, okay, this has been done before. Let's just get it from some sort of universe like database, and here it is. That's the code for you. That's what you need for this. So I think we're going to look at a lot more.
The Swagger code generator that you've seen, Josh. You've seen that.
I've seen the Swagger. Yeah, I've seen that. Yes.
Wait until robots start coding themselves. AI starts coding other AI, and that AI, and then we're screwed.
So the whole idea of like, oh, or is robots going to take over the world and all that stuff? Like, I think that from my perspective, at least, and I could be wrong, I could totally be wrong, but this is my theory. I don't think that's ever going to happen unless we can create a piece of software / hardware that knows about itself, like consciousness. Like if you can't get a robot to get there, then they're never going to be smarter than us, because we're going to out design them, we're going to out problem solve them, everything. Like it's just going to happen. Like you can get a robot to know the past better than us, but you can't get a robot to know the future.
Yeah.
And that takes a different type of thing. Like you can't just have ones and zeros shooting off to understand what you should be doing in the future. You can understand what the past is really well with ones and zeros and maybe make assumptions of what is best for the future, but you cannot yourself figure out what is actually best for the future through taking every single personality trait. Like there's non-computational things to understand what is best for the future.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's things that you cannot do with just ones and zeros to determine what is best for us. I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you can like determine, oh, what's the best survival rate for this human species? Well, we can create an asteroid habitable zone with our human society by this date, and we'll miss this asteroid that's going to hit the Earth by 3032, and it's going to kill everyone. or 3,032. Something like that. You can get a computational AI to be like, you listen, you need to start investing a lot more money into X because Y is going to destroy your civilization by this date. So you need to have more. Maybe there will be AI that'll help us push us in a certain direction to do certain things, but they won't be able to find the answer, the ultimate answer.
Did you?
That's how I
It would be there was this video that I saw was about consciousness and how basically they talk about how the human brain essentially is basically kind of being duped into understand what reality is. Yeah, basically. So like they're saying that when the physical well, that's really what it boils down to. They're saying like when the brain dies, essentially your consciousness expands exponentially.
Yes.
So basically you can't really in essence ever code consciousness because it's something that is much bigger than what we originally thought, let's say like 300 years ago, 200 years ago, and then now.
Well, I think the way it works is, I could be totally wrong again, is I think the way it happens is human beings are creating technology and computers and we're coding it and all that stuff. I think the universe itself has that already and they coded us into existence. So like, I think that like we're here because of that, because of some higher whatever, and that in order to get to that coding level, we need to better understand the way the universe works, which is, this isn't physical. Like when I clap my hands aren't clapping. It's literally repulsion is making these two objects go away from each other.
Oh, really, Josh? Are they not clapping?
What?
So if you say that to a psychologist, they're gonna think you're crazy. They're gonna diagnose you with schizophrenia and put you on some they're gonna write, patient thinks that clapping is not as a result of clapping or does not yield clapping.
Sorry, I didn't say that. Clapping is real. Clapping is real, but the actual atomic level, when you magnify everything down, there's no physical contact happening. It's just repulsion.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying. Like, sure, clapping is there, but the way it works is not how people think it works, kind of thing. So I think that there's like different densities of existence. Like, like you can go the very small or the very large. Like it's just, there's different levels of everything. Andrew and I have had thousands of conversations about this. I do believe that we are living in some sort of simulation. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely. I'm all about the simulation theory. I don't know. I don't know. What is your stance on that, Andrew? Do you think the simulation theory has a shot?
No, I don't think
your answer was.
I think there are higher dimensions beyond our comprehension and perception, but no, I don't think we're in a simulation at all.
Yeah, it's just the way it is, right? Like we're not in a simulation. We're just in something that treats itself as a simulation, but whatever that thing is purely natural, the way the universe is supposed to work.
Yeah, we perceive just a 3D projection of the universe.
Yeah, like and that's all to be possible. Like I'm not sold on any idea. There's so many different ideas on what everything is, and we're never going to be able to find an answer for it. But I think the only way that we can advance ourselves is thinking about that stuff. Because if you don't think about that stuff, then we never go from point A to point Z. It's never going to happen. We just say, oh, the electricity works because, this is how it works. But like, there's probably a deeper meaning to electricity and energy that we just don't understand. They say that, energy comes from, there's this idea where you have like, particles that are in everywhere, and they're literally just exciting each other all the time. We just can't see it, but it's like basically the vacuum of unlimited energy if you were to be able to access that. It's like an infinite amount of energy that seeps in and gives us a regular energy that we can harvest off of simpler means. But there's reasons for energy in itself.
What do you think, Andrew?
I don't think there's ever energy.
Andrew likes.
What was that?
No. So you don't think it's seeping and it's always been here forever kind of thing, the energy?
But yeah, there's conservation of energy. It's just matter energy
There's
just
no
gets
like
converted and stored, and
created or destroyed, yeah. But is there ever a point where in the universe where it was ever different, or like basically when time started, we had the same exact amount of energy at all times?
well, like I think when time started, like our projection of the universe came into existence, and so that energy was never gone. It just transformed.
And we created it from a consciousness created it.
Oh, I don't know about consciousness, but whatever. However, we got created.
Well, if you say you didn't have any consciousness in the universe, would the universe still exist? Like, is that whole story where you hear, oh, like a tree fell. If a tree falls in a forest, does it actually make noise?
Of course,
Like,
it does.
it's
There's
one
no
of
one
those
to
where it's
perceive
like
it.
exactly. So
Yeah.
like, so you think it actually still makes the noise, but just no one's hearing it.
The universe doesn't care about us. We just live in it.
Well, the
no,
ultimate
but what I'm
the
saying,
ultimate theory is we
There's
are.
been some people that there's been people that have said that like, oh well, maybe the universe calls itself so that it doesn't need to do the calculations if it has no one to observe that. You know what I mean? Like if no one can see or hear or whatever something, it just doesn't do it because it doesn't need to do it.
Well, see, that would fit well in the simulation theory, but since
Yeah.
I don't think that we're in a simulation, there's no machine of calculating it. It's just the interaction of the particles.
Sure, it's just the nature of reality, kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy. Is the SpaceX thing still playing in the background? I hear it.
let me go back. Let me go back. Yeah, they're still in the ship. What the hell?
They still are.
What the heck? Like, why are they still in the ship?
Yeah, they're in there. Oh boy.
All the gas is stopped. All the
Oh,
gas is stopped. So one of them has his hands across his chest, and the other guy has his hands on the armrest thing. But like, they don't really have to do much. They're just sitting.
They're just sitting.
Like they don't have to push any buttons or turn any knobs.
No, nothing.
Get anything going on. Like
Like they
they're
get
just
paid a nice, healthy salary to have.
they probably have danger pay on top of that. They have other stuff.
Well, okay, I would expect him to get danger pay. I mean, how much payload is that behind them? Fucking exploding.
Yeah. Well, how far away are they from the explosion though? Like how long is that one part?
I'm not entirely sure.
Well, not far enough to keep you in one piece. There's that. If that thing goes AWOL, you're fucked. Like you're done.
Let's look up the Falcon 9 night.
That is the most boring like sitting that they're doing. Like just imagine not only that, you're sitting at that angle. Like the blood is just. I mean.
Yeah. Well, no. I don't know. Maybe it's an optical illusion because right now. Okay, so are you saying that you think that they're probably the camera is this level with the Earth right now? The way that they're viewing.
Well,
them?
the way they're sitting is going to be like that. Like their head is like this, and their feet is facing to the point of the actual rocket. So they're sitting like that.
Yeah. Do you think that thing moves around at all when they're launching through space? Like, do you think it it's like an orbit? It's like this circular thing in the casing where it kind of like changes itself based off.
Oh, like a gyro, kind of like a gyro.
Kind of, yeah. I'm wondering if they got some sort of gyro system because basically, if you're going like this, eventually the spacecraft's going to rotate into orbits. Maybe they want them to keep the same orientation while that. I don't know.
That's the thing. If it's up like that and their head is this way, when the rocket goes up, eventually, so their head is this way. It's eventually going to go like this because it has to exit.
It's gonna flatten out.
Yeah,
right.
It's going to flatten out. So basically, their head is going to be as if we're sitting right now, and the tip of the rocket will be where their feet is. So
No, that makes
it's going to go like that. And
I don't even know why. I don't even know why I didn't think that's the way it was going to work. I was overcomplicating things.
So you need to play. You need to play. What's that? What fuck? I can't think of the name.
Kerbal
Space.
Kerbal Orbit Space Program.
Kerbal Space Program.
Whatever. Yeah, no, I haven't tried that yet, and I've heard a lot of good things. Like it's so realistic and all that stuff.
We've all got to play Kerbal.
Also, another one that I haven't played was the one that Andrew played at his house on his computer. With the one where you're creating your own underground city. What is that one?
Auction included.
Oh, yeah,
Is that-
because Andrew plays a lot of build games. That's all he plays.
I'm myself. I'm a console player, so like I play PC games, but I'm mainly console. Like that's
Yeah.
Here's how Dragon is set up. They're facing up.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and not only that, they have a little set of. They've got an engine right below them, so like
Wait, go back to that for a second.
I'm still there.
For a second.
Oh, hey! I think they're opening the shuttle. By the way,
are they?
They're going to it. They're going to be unloading the astronauts.
Hey, look at that! That one astronaut has a scrolling screen, so it's got the iPad in there.
Imagine it's an iPad and you see like a little watermarked Apple logo sponsored by Apple, but Elon Musk like hates like trademarks, so he like tries as much as he can to water down the watermark, so it's not very clear. But little do they know that space shuttle was sponsored by Apple. I mean, it looks like
who made that Kerbal space program video game? What company was that?
So it was an independent studio called Squad, but it's owned by 2K now, I think.
Yeah.
So have you guys seen any of the news about the next Xbox and next PlayStation?
Oh yeah.
Other than that, it's supposed to be very powerful.
Yeah, oh yeah. They're gonna be so powerful.
Yeah, like they're going to be powerful, but they're not going to be powerful for long. The thing that they will be launching with that is better than PCs right now is the SSD. Like the hard drives in these things is nuts, especially in the PlayStation. Like you're going to be able to load and there's no loading screen anymore. So
they can fill the entire RAM, I think, in 6 seconds or something like that.
Yeah, and the thing is there's no bottleneck anymore. You can fill that thing up as fast as you want. So like. The thing is that when you have, not only is it not going to be any loading screens anymore, but there's also not going to be any more those areas in games where you go in between two different areas and you're like going between this tight cave entrance that goes through a hole or going up an elevator.
Yeah. The transition scenes.
The transition scenes.
Yeah, and they're really good ways of hiding loading screens. Yeah.
Exactly. Those are also gone. So you're not going to have any more loading screens or intermission screens or anything like that.
What about decompressing textures? Don't you sometimes have to decompress them when loading them into memory?
They're still going to be having So there's always going to be that problem to solve because they're shipping this thing with a disk drive. So that means they're still shipping with Blu-ray discs, which are probably going to be 100 gigs because they have to because of the size of the content. But 100 gigs, and then if you that's still going to be decompressed. You're going to still have to decompress it off the disk, but you also still have to decompress it off the SSD if you install it from the internet. So there's always going to be decompression. They actually had a Sony convention
I saw
ago.
That. Yeah.
About a month ago that said that they are putting in a new decompression algorithm that's going to make it even faster to access that data. And I think it's called the Kraken decompression algorithm.
My question is why aren't they able to do this on PC? That's what I'm wondering.
Well, I think that they could. It's just the thing is that companies spend money on consoles first because that's where the money is. PCs are kind of secondary now. They don't really make as much money. You still have a population there. Don't get me wrong. It's probably the same. It's probably a good amount of number, but you don't make as much money as you do through consoles because PlayStation and for whatever reason, Xbox and PlayStation's cost is less than putting a game on Steam.
Yeah.
So it's very expensive, and so they don't make as much money. They also there's always people that hack games a lot easier on PCs.
Mm-hmm.
So when you put a game on a PC, it's going to be exposed. So someone's going to figure it out.
Exposed.
Yeah, well, that's just how it is. So like when you make a brand new AAA, quadruple A, they call them now games. You put them on console first because no one can crack those. At least not a lot of people can. At least you have a really fucking weird PlayStation unit, and you fucking went inside and changed everything and made it a debug unit. Like, there's no way you can do it.
Well, yeah, that's the thing though. They were saying, was it the Series X there? The only downside about it is the terabyte hard drive that they have. So you have to load all of your stuff on the actual hard drive itself. And if you plug in an external SSD that is not that really fast NVMe that they're putting, you can't play Series X titles. So that really sucks, and it's only 1 terabyte. So like, good luck filling 3 things on it. The worst part is, so they opted to go through a expansion port model. Now that console I'm like really like a lot more, but the downside being is that you have to get the Seagate expandable storage. Now, hopefully,
that thing is freaking amazing. Like I think if PlayStation doesn't have that option, they're kind of screwed because that's a huge buy incentive. If you can be able to like swap drives in and out that easily, with that being that small, like regardless of how expensive it is, I think that is a huge plus for them for sure.
Yeah. Well, like the one thing that I think they're looking at doing is the SSDs. They're basically gonna be like I think it's gonna be kind of like in the 360 where you can expand it by putting it inside of the exactly inside of the actual thing itself. So
they'll come out with a standard one, and then you can buy like the better one and all that stuff.
I think
probably the faster one too. There's probably different speeds.
Why did my computer say you're streaming Modern Warfare?
Oh, I don't know why. You can't select generic stream. So
you know what? That just reminded me. I need to put a virtual background in. I love the virtual backgrounds. Did you guys get any custom ones?
Oh no. How do I do that? I had it set up on my work laptop, but it didn't work very well.
You just have to right-click the video, or there's an arrow next to the camera icon for stop video.
Yeah, I found it now. I'm downloading the package. We'll see how that goes.
There's not really many that comes naturally with the thing. You have to download them externally. But you know, like all the you know how much money Disney has lost per day during this pandemic? They've lost about $30 to $35 million a day during this pandemic. A day. Oh yeah. Okay. A day. Because of all the parks across the world, all those parks make about 35 million a day in profit. Crazy. Yeah.
Bankruptcy. Just file it.
Well, no, they got a lot of money banked up, and I'm sure that the investors are okay with just if you're a big company like that, you have nothing to worry about. Like, you're gonna be fine.
But is it right now the gaming industry makes more money than the music and the movie industry combined right now?
No, well, no, even before, the video game has always been making more money than the movie and the music industry combined.
I don't think so. Like the movie industry is savage. They make a lot of money.
No, trust me. Take a look. They've been conquering that for a while now. Like that's a stat that's been proven for a while.
Really?
It's been a long time. Yeah. It doesn't affect them. The thing is that you can spend, you know how much, here's an interesting fact. You guys would be like, there's no effing way this is real, but it is real. I'm going to tell you is that freaking GTA 5, the marketing budget for that game, how much money they spent on marketing GTA 5 was $250 fucking billion.
Wasn't that how much it cost? Wasn't that how much it cost to actually make the game?
What's that?
Wasn't that how much it was to make the game?
Yes, $250 million. The game, $250 million to market it, and that's $500 million on the budget to put that game out.
Oh boy.
That's how much money they put into marketing the game, and it worked. It's one of the highest selling video games of all time, and they keep on making money even today. Like there's microtransactions that happens all the time with that game.
See, what I'm confused about though is, I mean, all you need to do is like, buy Google AdWords, just like, what is it, like $1,000 and you're good to go. But 250 million, like, what the hell did you put the ads? Like, did you put it on
Oh,
like,
trust me, everywhere. Like magazines, websites, commercials on TV.
YouTube.
that's true.
There's
If
so
you
many
pay,
apps. Like
you
there's
pay
there's so
influencers
many
too.
different channels now.
If you pay influencers as well, I think that's the thing too.
Oh yeah. You can,
Yeah.
exactly. YouTube, like all the social media big guys, they promote it. This segment of my podcast is introduced by
Rockstar.
whatever. It's like
Well-
it's so terrible when they do that, but it's fine.
That's the worst thing
Fine.
ever.
I get it.
So
I
when
get
you, when you watch YouTube videos and like the YouTuber is like doing a really good job and he's like, he talks about something and he's like, Raid Shadow Legends, and I'm like, oh, for fuck's sakes. like, oh, it's so bad.
Yeah.
Like, I'll try and show you one. There was one video I saw, if I can find it. Oh man, the guy transitioned so well into like this whole Raid Shadow Legends thing. I was like, this is pissing me off. I'm like, stop with this whole Raid Shadow Legends. What is it,
Do
Ninja?
you guys know a streamer? His name, well, if you don't follow Call of Duty, you might not know this guy, but his name is Stone Mountain 64.
Yes.
He's one of the biggest. He's not the biggest. There's bigger, but like I follow him and he does Call of Duty all the time. He's amazing.
Yes.
Like I just love his personality. Like he's like so down to earth. Like I hate, like for whatever reason my psyche can notice bullshit like within 120 seconds. Like if I talk to you and I notice bullshit, I'm gonna notice it right away. But I haven't noticed it for you guys. You guys are good. So,
I'm trying to find that whole Raid Shadow Legends one. There was one, it was so like the guy when they did it, it was so sneaky. Oh my god, it was sneaky. Like they did a good job and they're like, alrighty, like in a moment. Raid Shadow Legends.
What is that for? That's
like any YouTuber nowadays, they keep showing Raid Shadow Legends as Raid Shadow Legends. It's really friggin' annoying.
But they try to transitions into it smoothly so that you can't really tell immediately that it's
yeah, they do it in such a good way. I'm like, this is really annoying. Like, are you serious right now? They keep advertising this dumbass game. Where is it here? Like Linus Tech Tips actually does this quite often.
It's so bad at that nowadays. They don't even.
Yeah,
it's a transition.
It's gotten so annoying.
Which is fine. At least you know you can stop paying attention for that moment.
Hi, baby. You want to say hi to some friends?
Well, we're not gonna see her, right? Because you got the background.
Well, she'll still.
No, she's coming right here.
Hi.
Hi, I can talk to you.
Oh, did they get the Five Guys?
You are. Oh, did you get 5? Oh no, she got Harvey's.
Oh no.
Harvey's.
Okay, well, did you not e-transfer her money? Because Five Guys is,
I did not e-transfer. No.
Like I can understand why now, because it's not exactly cheap, if you want to call it that.
So have you guys? Have you guys, since the ban's been a little bit elevated, the COVID ban, have you guys had anyone over?
No, not yet.
At your houses, your places, or whatever?
Nope.
Not yet.
We were planning on having Tiffany's sister come over with her fiance, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Bring them over. They're still family. I know that the limit is, I think, 5 right now. You're not supposed to have people over your house right now. I don't. You're allowed to have them outside though, so we're thinking about having them in the backyard.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah. Well, we got the pool. We got the what's it called, the umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, where is it?
Yeah, I've ordered an umbrella from Home Depot for my patio. That's definitely required with the sun.
Fuck, man, I can't. Andrew, can you think of which what YouTuber has always like friggin' showed Raid Shadow Legends?
No, I very rarely see segues for that because I don't watch too many trash.
Is that the ad where the guy, where the big guy smashes through the wall?
I think so.
Yeah,
I'd like to think so. I'd like to think so. Man, I can't. It was so annoying. Like, I just every time I see it, I'm like, it's totally
Well-
unexpected too. You see, it and you're like, oh my god, like really, like just really. A bunch of Gordon Ramsay stuff. I've been watching a lot of Gordon Ramsay. Not gonna lie. Zolotech? I don't know. Maybe Mr. Who's the Boss? I don't know. Maybe that guy. I think that's the guy. Mr. Who's the Boss? Oh no. Oh no. I can't find it. I can't find it. YouTube sponsored videos, Raid Shadow Legends.
it's real, I promise.
I can't friggin' find it. I'm so pissed. This video has been sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Oh, there's a bunch of videos that are just like includes paid promotion. Oh my god, here.
On a 6-hour road trip, waiting at the doctor's office, or taking a massive dump, I can always count on Raid Shadow Legends to make the time go by quickly. And so do 10 million other players. Just look at those reviews. New faction, new game mode, new clan boss, just a whole lot of new shit. The graphics are surprisingly crisp and high budget for a mobile game. And it's a good old-fashioned turn-based RPG that's very easy to sink your teeth into. If you click on the link in the description, you'll receive 50,000 silver and a free epic champion. So start that journey.
And then they continue the video. Like, I swear, it's so bad. It is so bad. And they have, like, it's gotten so bad that they have to tell you on the bottom, this video's been sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Let's see.
Back to that question.
Oh, no, this one here.
Forget about mobile games because one of the
No, this one's does not smoothly transitioning. There's got to be one that smoothly transitions.
iOS and Android. It is the most immersive game you'll find on.
Right.
If you're a fan of Max of 2019 has been released. If you're a fan of mobile gaming, Raid Shadow Legends is available now.
Fuck Raid Shadow Legends, man. I hate Raid Shadow Legends. You know what? Let's just download Raid Shadow Legends and play it. I'm so down for that. You guys want to download Raid?
No.
That's mobile only?
Yeah. Mobile only. Someone just sent me this. What the hell? What's
So
that?
did you guys used to work with each other?
Andrew and I? No. Nope.
Technically, yes, sort of, at 360pi.
Well, that was just like YOLO.
That was YOLO. Yeah, we met in high school in Dubai
Yeah. One day.
one day.
Yeah, why not?
How do you guys know each other then?
High school.
Oh, okay.
High school. American School of Dubai.
That's right.
Yeah. A skinny ass back then. He used to be so skinny and beautiful. Now he's not. He used to be like a gazelle, Andrew, like a giraffe, just like a exotic animal, just, you know, nice and slender, but
That's not very nice.
well, it's not that bad. They're still in the goddamn ship. They're still in the ship. They're still in the ship. Like, get them out of there. Get them out. It's not bad too. Like, look, there's a couple of clouds. I mean, whatever. You could launch through that.
They're worried about downrange, and also the higher up the windier it gets.
Okay. So they're worried about 2 astronauts, but no, pilots, when they're friggin' flying from, let's say, Canada to London in a fucking Boeing 737, like, all right, ladies and gentlemen, it's just a little bit of turbulence. We just got struck by lightning. Like,
those guys look so bored right now. They're just like, I have had this.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Perfect. I had to switch to another technology because they're eating over there.
oh, yeah, that microphone is, oh my god. It makes it sound like you're really far away.
Oh, really?
Well, not really, but like it kind of adds a little bit of milsim to your voice.
Oh,
Well, I'm sure it's not nearly as expensive as your stupid piece of shit you have over there. Like $500 or something.
This thing is good. This thing's good.
Yeah, I'm sure it's great, but is it worth it? Probably not.
Oh, it's worth it.
So so let me get another human being's perspective on COVID. How have you been doing through this whole situation?
Surviving, just playing lots of video games.
No, I was talking about your friend. I know how you have been.
No,
yeah, COVID's been annoying, but it's been fine. It's just like, it's really weird. Like, it's surreal almost. I don't know. It's just it's like everywhere you go, you have to like be really autistically like clean about everything you do. Like, oh, we're going to the gas station to fill up gas. Oh, wait a minute, you need nitrile gloves. And then, I mean, it's kind of weird being all cooped up and you can't really like enjoy activities the same way that you would before. And then to make matters worse, what kind of really triggers me, but also it's a confirmation for me that humanity is absolutely shit and we're screwed. So if this was a zombie apocalypse, we're done. So like the moment they start like releasing and the restrictions just ever so slightly, they're like, all right, so the restrictions have been lightened. People are going absolutely crazy. Like they're just like, all right, so let's just start going to the parks. Let's just start like going everywhere. And the funny thing is, we're not even past the first wave. We're actually right in the middle of it. We're right in the middle of the first.
People don't understand that we're just in the first wave.
We're still in the first wave. We're not even done the first wave.
Yeah.
Once the first wave is done,
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
You want to? I read something yesterday. I was actually kind of shocked. I was really shocked. So they tell you that the borders are closed, and this is what I hate about the Canadian government. They're never really clear about what the hell they mean when they say something. So it turns out just this last week, there's over 3,671 people, that came from the States. Now I say people because it could be a combination of Americans and Canadians, but it doesn't matter. Or whatever, it could be whatever nationality you are. You have a PR in Canada, you have a citizenship, whatever. So you're going back home, okay? Like I have a friend, her dad was in Florida, I think about a month back, and he was able to travel into Canada. I was telling him, like, yeah, your dad's not gonna make it in because they're blocking all non-essential travel. He's not making it in. She told me like a week after that. She's like, oh yeah, he's here. I'm like, what, really? So apparently they're letting people in. So like, my kind of just what really sucks about this whole COVID stuff is I'm having to be like super skeptical and careful about everything I do. I don't really try and go out to places, let alone shopping. But if you have to, you're bringing in your masks, your gloves, and everything. Like I bought a mask, like the ones that are reusable, and you buy the filters, and you just put the filters, you clean the mask and all that stuff, and nitrile gloves. Like it's kind of scary.
So it's impossible to buy nitrile gloves anywhere.
No, it's not impossible.
No, they're all bought up. within minutes of hitting the shelves.
Oh, I
But
have
you can
a
also
bunch.
get the masks. You can also get the masks that are one use only. So you get a box of them,
Yeah.
put it on, done with, kind of thing. You don't try to reuse it.
Oh, well, here's the thing. You got to be smart. Like with pandemics, you got to be smart about buying stuff. So I don't buy N95 masks or any of that. I'll buy masks that are rated for anything but medical. So asbestos, okay, like the asbestos mask, painter's
Yeah.
mask, some painter's masks, depends on which one. Those are really good. And then when it comes to gloves, I'll just buy anything really. So anything that like is good enough to keep bacteria out, because I mean nitrile gloves, it's nothing. It's basically latex gloves that you're putting over your hands, nothing that fancy. So I'll tend to buy anything that I can get my hands on, that, let's say, like what car mechanics use or whatever, right? So you
Yeah,
gotta
I
be
think that
smart
this
about it.
I think that this pandemic is going to be here for until we have a vaccine.
Oh, 100%.
Like
It's not going away.
nothing else is going to stop it. We're not going to be able to go back to
No,
normal
it's
fully
it's not
until
going.
the vaccine is here.
Oh, it's not going away. Like it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But then you have people friggin' price gouging, like.
But
like,
at least
Huh?
at least it's not the Spanish flu. Could be a lot worse right now.
Oh yeah.
Could have hundreds of millions of people dying right now.
Oh,
They're
That'd
getting
be
out.
pretty bad.
I think the astronauts are getting out. Oh
They're-
no, he's just
You getting out?
Yeah, they're still there. They're not getting out. I don't know what it is.
He was holding on to the frame, but I think he's stretching.
He's getting ready to take his nighttime medication.
Yeah, he's still taking his helmet off. God damn.
Well, how proud would you be though if you were one of those two men?
Oh, that'd be sick. Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome.
I mean,
Hey,
your whole dynasty is created for you right there. Like, you don't need anything else. Mind you,
Oh,
the
man.
dinosaurs probably already created for them with the previous missions they already did.
oh, it's pretty cool. You can actually see what he's like tapping on the screen there.
Yeah. Is he like loading up the entertainment system, I wonder? Oh, that'd be so awesome. if they
It
added
just
that.
has the world map open.
Yeah.
A world map.
I wish I could read.
Wait,
let's fast travel. Let's
Like-
fast travel to East Asia.
I thought they were going out of the Earth and to space, not to another country. Like, what is this?
Yeah.
I mean, they could. Like, Elon Musk right now could just launch it and be like, let's go to South Africa, no problem. Like,
Yeah.
all they need to do is get the Space Dragon to launch and then immediately start coming down. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. They've got something on the screen, a bunch of statistics, maybe.
I
What
think
is
they're
that?
just funking around. They look super bored right now, so they're doing whatever they can.
I think they were like, oh yeah, man, like, because everything's automated, right? So they don't touch anything. They're like, I wonder what this button does. Like,
Yeah.
like, what
Let's
is this?
experiment with it.
Yeah, like, what does this actually do? Next thing you know, 5, 4. That manual
Yeah.
override. Manual override. They somehow are now launching into space. COVID-19. COVID-19 is awesome.
COVID-19 is a practice run for the real shit that's going to go down one day.
This
If we're not
is
prepared for that, then we're fucked.
this is for sure some lab-made virus. It has to be.
Well, I think that it probably is not man-made. I think it's natural, but I think it probably was an accident at some lab.
Yeah, probably.
I think that's what I think.
They're probably like studying it, and then
Like-
some guys like, "Oh shit."
Well, that's the current theory. One of the top theories. I mean, the top theory is came with it from a fucking bat or something like that.
Because apparently,
I don't think that's true, because if that's true, then this would have already happened by now.
Oh, yeah.
So just coming out of nowhere like this, like, oh, it came from a bat. Okay, why now? Did it just mutate into a form that could harm humans? now? Like bats been here for millions of years. So it's like to me, it's like I don't believe the bat idea. I believe that it is natural. I think it could be a mutation from an animal, but I think that someone was studying it somewhere and they got exposed in the wrong way.
Probably because they're saying that the Chinese government is trying to block research of the origin of the virus. So they probably just want to like, oh no, we don't want them to know that some idiot, temp, released the virus by accident. It's like, whoops.
Well, another thing too is I think they probably will never release the name of if even if that is the case, because if they say that okay, this came from a lab, the very next question is going to be who is responsible for that, and then when that question gets asked, that family's going to die.
Yeah.
So like basically, you can't really allow that to get big because once it does get big, people are going to die from that mistake.
Oh yeah.
So like that's why I feel like maybe people at the higher agencies like that are when you talk from China, America, and Canada, and all these, NATO, whatever you want to call it. Like I think they probably know how it happened, but it's a PR and it's a saving lives situation now. You don't want to kill anyone or cause any situation that would put someone in harm. So I think it was probably an accident. They just don't want anyone knowing about it. They want to cover it up underneath the rug.
This is a perfect time for this. Let's see.
That's my honest opinion. I could be wrong, but that's what I think.
Here. This is perfect for this. Theme.
What do you have to show? Yeah, of course.
The China virus.
China virus. Well, I guess I'm gonna go. I'm gonna head out because Tiff's home and gonna take care of the kids with her. So, but I will if you guys want. We can regroup. Or are they exiting now? I hear voices.
Still.
Yeah, I heard something.
They're talking now. They're talking now.
Is it you're gonna take care of the kids or?
Yeah, I'm gonna head out and take care of the kids with my wife.
Oh yes. More like.
But yeah, let's rejoin for Saturday, I guess. If you guys want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Saturday.
Okay. All right, guys.
Alrighty, mate.
Can I end this? I don't know if I can end this.
Yeah, you can.
Without you. Are you guys going to leave too? Is everyone going to leave?
Yeah, I'll leave.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Because once I end it, it's kapoots. It's like it's gone. Okay. See you guys.
Okay. See ya. Bye.